And we go. Wow. All right. I think we are live now. Huzzah! Well, thank you everyone for joining us again. I know that this is strange that we are all wearing red. It just so happened is like completely magical moment that we just all decided to wear red today because it's a Blood Tuesday.
Blood Tuesday.
You know, it's
Bloodthirsty Tuesday.
Bloodthirsty
Tuesday.
Bloodthirsty Tuesday. Hey,
yeah,
that's from now on. It is now Bloodthirsty Tuesday, or ketchup. Maybe it's Ketchup Tuesday. I know there are people out there in the universe who love ketchup. I'm looking at you, LV.
So hungry.
that love the ketchup. It is their favorite condiment to put on all things. Eggs, pancakes,
Eggs.
all the things.
Eggs. Yes, I like
waffles, mac and cheese. What else does one put
off? What the?
like
sushi.
Sushi. Yes. Canadians. We definitely. Oh, hello, Rajo. We definitely were not talking about putting ketchup on Canadians for no reason.
Better behave. Dad's here.
I know. All right. Well, yeah. So welcome to another Tuesday as we start our madness. All right. So, everybody ready to go? Yes.
Yeah.
Any announcements? No. Okay. Great. Because surprising no one. If you actually told us seriously that you were pregnant, I would be like, of all the people they would happen to, it would probably happen to Kindred.
It would surprise me because I had my tubes tied.
Oh, right. Of course. Surprise.
I think it's starting to lean more and more towards evil alignment.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get started then. So, last we left off. The Brigade of 8 had managed to infiltrate Silvery Moon under the disguise of day. Yeah, no, it's still day. And had split up into 3 small little parties. We had Soul Kitten, who had gone in under disguise of cat. Then we had Team Blue, the 2 underwater breathers. They had gone in through the river and found their way into the water drainage underneath Silvery Moon. And then the rest of you had gone in under disguise of being Thayan mercenaries, bringing in a runaway spell guard for interrogation / capture / torture / whatever / barbecue. You guys had then, navigated around town until you guys finally managed to get to your destination. Yeah, I was trying to navigate away from saying that, but it still happened anyway. And you guys had gone to the Golden Oak Inn, where one by one you guys eventually all met up, had yourself a nice vegetarian / steak dinner, ordered some really really strong booze, had a Annie Lennox moment of shaving and cutting their hair and redyeing it, Iskra and Aelin. Aelin had left to find you guys some clothes or something inconspicuous and local to wear. And then, while hanging out for the evening, a strange storm that had been brewing over the mountains and coming down through the valley had brought with it cold temperatures with a chance of falling elven angel men who had fallen through the tree through the tree. That was correct. Through that tree, crashed into all the tables and things, to which of course caused a bunch of hubbub and ruckus. and you guys had been ushered or are in the process of being ushered to hide away somewhere, as no doubt the Empire is fast approaching the site of the fallen creature portal thingy. So, at the moment, let us switch over to something, thematic, yet probably not as James Bondy. As, let's see, Rafina has come over to you guys and was like freaking out that, all of this has happened and that you guys need to find somewhere to hide before the Empire's agents arrive. So currently downstairs we have, I think, everybody. If I'm not mistaken, everybody was there. Oh yes, because we ended with Soul Kitty reverting back to his Furbolg form on top of Sonder. Yeah, because it's Sonder.
Well,
You had
at
been.
least Rafina cares.
So that was the last moment, was when you went bloop back into your full form, and Rafina's just like, fuck.
Yep. I'm face to face with Sonder while he is on the ground. I said, "Hi, Sonder."
Oh yeah,
Mwah.
I'm on the ground.
Smooch. Gave him a smooch on the kiss. Wait, smooch on the cheek, and then stood up, looked around at the damage, and then looked at what's her face? You said Ravina?
Rafina. Rafina. Rafina.
Whoops. Sorry about that. But before the night is through, I'm going to recast water breathing on everyone. And now I'm guessing I'm going to cast it on the new person who is there, because from the way things are sounding, it sounds like he's now lumped in with us.
So let me get this straight. You were a cat, and now you're not a cat, and you're casting magic inside my inn. Is he with you people as well?
I hand the steak over to Iskra.
My insight check.
Oh,
Rafina,
thank
at the
you.
Uh, no, I am
I was
a
starving trapped up there listening to you guys.
I know.
I am a cat, and then I change back into cat form for my second use of wild shape.
Rafina looks confused. Go ahead and make your insight check.
He prefers
I'm
to
backing up
stay
slowly up the stairs.
nine.
in his cat form.
He's going to he likes staying in the cat form. Right.
Yes. Next time, I'll have him let everyone know when he's going to do that again. To apologize.
Oh,
But,
it's fine. She gestures over to the half crater in the ground. She's like, just add it to the list of things going wrong today. And she points over at Renan. Where did you? She looks up. I mean, clearly you came from up there, but who are you exactly?
Renan Rivers. A pleasure. I'll help pay for this, I promise.
Right. That would be useful. Thank you. She kind of looks like, she turns to Tara. She's like, find a place in the cellar. We'll have to stash them there because I'm sure they're going to want to search the rooms.
My insight check. I got a 9.
9. She seems extremely perturbed about everything. You can see that she is
Immediately go up
nervous.
to her. Rafina, I know how it looks, but listen, we're going to do good, and I'll just take out 20 gold, put it in her hands, just hide us, make this all go away, get this over with, and we'll be out of your hair. And
Oh,
there's
no.
more if you can do that.
Of course. Believe me, I want this to go away. The last thing I want to do is have any imperial attention on myself. Thank you. She takes the gold. It's like, first like looks around like she wants to just put it somewhere else because she's like, just kind of finds a pocket to put it in. Right. Okay, so cover stories. Terrace, will you take them down below? She like sees Galil backing up the stairs. She's like, I wouldn't suggest that. They're going to check the rooms first.
To the B.
Kindred, do you have mending? And I kind of like open my book. I'm like going through all the pages.
I do, but at this point, it's not going to work. It's too time consuming. We need to hide.
She looks over. She's like starts
And
like.
it won't.
But
I kind of like look at the crater in the ground. Just
it's
Maybe an illusion.
a lightning bolt. We'll just say it's a lightning. She just like starts
Yeah.
like finding things and like scattering it a little to kind of make it seem more believable. Terrace looks over at you guys and he's like, right, well, if you come with me, I suppose we're going down to the cellar. There's a secret cellar. We're gonna put you in there. Don't touch any of the boxes. He looks at each one of you.
Is it a
That's-
secret tunnel?
secret. No.
No. Well, you're back in cat form. You're back in cat form, right?
Meow.
I was just asking.
Yes,
I just wanted
yeah.
to make sure that I was clear and on that understanding. Okay, so back in cat form. So are all of you going with Terrace?
I need to spies murmur Aelin and tell him that we've probably got company Thans coming soon, so keep your distance. I'll let you know when it's safe.
You hear the response. Oh God, what did you do?
Not so much what we did, but what happened to us.
Right. Okay, I'll keep my distance, but I'll keep an eye out as well. I'm not far away.
I'm sure he would have seen the ball of
That
light
sounds
falling
good.
from the sky.
Well, this is so I don't know if I had explained this to you before. They have the little spies murmurs. Do you know what spies murmurs are? Okay. So yeah, that was Aelin is currently not with everyone. All right.
We have those next connect push to talk phones.
Yeah, you have to
Bloop.
do
a
this
long
meter
time
with
ago.
them.
Bloop, every time. Bloop. Where you at? Bloop. You know the ones. Don't
What's the sitch?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for. Okay, so you guys are taken behind the bar and into the kitchen. You can see there the boy Hiko is kind of like had scurried away from the door as you guys had approached. Apparently, had been kind of watching, and then kind of goes behind one of the islands as Terrace now leads you over to a section of a wooden door and like opens that, takes you down the stairs. And the stairs kind of lead you down and under the area where you guys were seated at before. So it just kind of goes back and around and then under that entryway. And you guys see the normal wine cellar sort of barrels. You see cases of ales and liquors of various kinds. Some of the hanging, drying meats and things. And he goes over to another section of the wall and moves some of the stones away to where you can see that there's a handle, and he pulls on the handle outwards, and the section of the wall slides over to the side.
Well, before we go down, Renan will state, well, I always hated going underground.
Well, luckily for you, it's hopefully only temporary. In fact, if you want, as the door starts sliding over to the side, he's like, you can stay in the cellar, but if they come down the stairs, get inside this room. It takes you a little further down into a more of a reserved stash of ours.
Nah.
but it should be safe. And once you're inside, there's another lever, a chain, and he kind of points inside, and you can see just inside in the darkness the chain that hangs down. Pull on that, and it shuts the door behind you.
Is this a one way in, one way out?
Yes.
Okay.
But be as quiet
Let's
as you
start
can.
motioning people.
I'm gonna go back upstairs. And he goes, and you hear the wood creaking up the stairs as he goes back up to the kitchen from the where you're at in the cellar. Leaving you guys in the cellar at the moment. You can hide or do as you wish.
Can I pay
I'm
close
looking inside
attention
box.
watching him go up the stairs? Like, or is each stair creak pretty loudly?
Not pretty loud. They're not like, it's like you know, but it is like every second or third step it kind of creaks a little.
I want to pay close attention to that, and that way I know what to kind of hear for in case we hear footsteps.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, what else are you guys doing?
Motioning for them to get in the cellar.
Okay.
I'm in the cellar
Yeah.
and I won't look
I
inside the
started again.
boxes.
Sure. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
I'm simply going to hesitantly go into the cellar.
I'm doing it also, but Khalil, what are you doing?
I got a 14.
14. Some of the crates are like nailed shut pretty heavily. You would need like a crowbar or something, some sort of leverage system to pull them open. But those that aren't, you open them and you can see straw-filled boxes of what looks like various wines, dried
While I'm
goods.
down here, I'm gonna grab one,
Galil,
uncork it,
these
and start
people
drinking.
are hiding us from the Thayans. Now is not the time, and that's coming from me.
We really don't want you drunk.
Do
if
I
anything
notice
like that
him?
happens.
I'm drinking.
Do I notice him taking the bottle out?
Make a perception check for me.
I just shake my head and just walk into the room.
Like, this is why we can't have nice
17.
things. I would say yeah.
All right. I'm going to toss 2 gold pieces into the box.
Okay.
After that, I'm just gonna go in the corner part of one of the room, and just kind of sit there. And then I'm gonna go into Malzahar's senses and just keep a lookout.
Okay. You're staying inside of the cellar, or you're going into the second cellar?
The hidden part and
You're
into
going-
one of the corner.
Okay. So who all is going into the deeper cellar right now? We have Kindred, Renan.
I'm gonna
Yes.
go to the deeper part.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
go
going to
down
the
the
deeper
deeper
part,
part
too.
as well.
I
I'm drinking,
am
but-
with
yeah.
I'm with Sonder.
Okay, so everyone. Okay, so just double checking. This second cellar is carved into the ground itself. There's no like the cellar itself where it looks like it's what is the word I'm looking for? Like mason stone kind of walls and wood. This is just straight earth. It looks like you're in a mine shaft as you're going down this tunnel.
Perfect.
The mine shaft is, or this, oh god, I'm not going to say shaft again. This tunnel goes down into a secondary room, and
Wow.
yeah, and there there is a smaller, like, little rounded cave. It's not so much like a
Like the head of the cave.
there is
Got shafted into a
After
whole
the
new room.
shaft.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
How
Yeah.
big is the mine hole?
Like, how wide
mis-
is it?
mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
How used up is it?
Hey, as long as it's no bigger after the 8 of us go in there, we're good.
God damn it.
Are we going in one by one or 2 at a time?
Anyhow, so you reach the,
I'm gonna
the
hand
back,
skip.
the back, the back of this,
It can handle
this
freeze and
cave.
squeeze.
Wow, wow, this is just so great. Okay, so now my mind's just boop.
I love this group.
Yeah, yeah. So reaching this cave, at the end of this shaft, you do find that it is moss covered. On the walls, there are a couple of more crates that are kind of stuffed into one of the corners.
As you shaft.
These look like they have been here for quite some time. You see on kind of dug out into this little section of the wall, there is a lantern that is currently unlit, but is kind of stuck into the wall itself. But it seems like just a small hidey hole that they have been using for whatever stashing of things that they don't want in the cellar itself.
Mhm.
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Is there a good cover for if we did need to hide?
It's dark.
I mean, besides
I mean, those of you with, I think pretty much everyone has dark vision, no? Or who doesn't?
I
have
do
dark-
not.
Okay, so those of you without dark vision is just like the only light is coming from the entrance of this tunnel. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Go with that. So there's kind of like a very faint light, but it's completely dark in the back of this cave.
Isker, you can't see?
Well, it's very, very faint. I think as long as they don't come down this way, we're okay.
Did anybody? I mean, you left the door open, so there's still that faint light coming from that. But you gather if you close it, it'll be complete pitch
Mage
black.
hand, close it.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you
Isker will just have to deal, I suppose.
the door kind of shuts and it's just completely dark in that sort of like haunting underground cave. You can't tell if your eyes are open or closed kind of way.
I go stand beside Iskra.
Okay.
I'm just looking around in this room in the dark.
Room in the dark.
Isker here. Alec, you can see,
Renan
right?
is visibly uncomfortable.
I take off my,
Visibly in the dark, uncomfortable.
Okay, for those who can see him, yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you.
I take off my goggles of night and toss them to Alequin. Give these to Iskra.
Yeah. Here you go. Here. There's like a latch. I'm just gonna put it on the back of your head, okay?
Okay.
And
You
with
see
that,
now?
I'm gonna sit down cross-legged and go into my
Blink and let them adjust.
Okay.
So now you can see black and white in the dark around you as you have these goggles over your head.
Thanks, Kindred. Thanks, Eloquin.
I already can't hear you.
A lot better.
Oh yeah, because your senses went out to Malzahar. On the surface, Malzahar you get the sense that he is extremely uncomfortable at the level of cold that it is outside right now. Because it is,
Like from the storm?
yeah, from the storm. Which, mind you, it's not raining so much outside as there's just the wind that kind of that's the wrong one. That's just kind of blowing through the streets, and it has, it's kicking up dirt and leaves and stuff, they're kind of rolling down the street in these little streams of debris. But from what he can see, there's nobody that's around at least not from the entrance of the door or the entrance of the inn at the moment.
I'm just gonna sit there and just keep an eye out on the front of the door.
Okay. So you guys wait in the dark, in the quiet.
I
It's
go
so-
ahead and I look at Renan and I say, "You don't look like any hybrid I've seen before. Are you from one of the Zonauts?"
Zonos?
I ask him in Ravnican. You're not Ravnican? Isker just babbles at you, and so the language
pretty
you
much.
understand.
Pretty much.
Super duper.
Doop 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 doo.
I'm just waiting for a response.
As you're babbling in a language that I don't understand, I respond in Celestial. What are you saying?
Oh,
Yeah.
so clearly, you're not from where I thought.
Hmm.
I'd wager yes.
Where are you from? And I reply back in Celestial.
Well, the world called home was Valoran, but I'm certainly not there.
Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I'm just nodding while this is happening.
Interesting.
Hmm.
So, and then mid-flight, I heard the voices once again. That's always a joy, and found myself falling out of a storm cloud. Last time that happened, I was a little more wet than this time, but beggars
You
can't be
heard
choosers.
Voices?
On occasion.
I'm just looking at Kindred, wondering why he's not jumping in. But then I notice
The Kindred's just there, like catatonic, sitting against the wall.
That scene where
I'll just go back to drinking my wine.
So
where Doctor
what?
Strange is all like looking through all the timelines. It's,
Yeah. Basically, your head's like.
Perfect time to slit a throat.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
You know, the last stranger that we met that spoke that language had a run-in with some of our enemies that almost wound up really badly for him.
Well, that would be unfortunate. Can you tell me anything about the world that I've landed on?
Well, I'm probably not the best person to do it. Suffice to say, there's a large conflict going on, and a group of oppressive wizards have basically taken over the known world.
You
All
look at
of the
every.
world's leaders have.
We're not on their side.
No.
Ow.
Meow. Renan, as you look at everybody who's just kind of quietly listening to this, they just kind of nod in silence, just going, "Yeah, yeah."
Well,
I'm going to put my ear against the stone where the door is at.
Okay, going back up the tunnel. It's
just
probably
kind of-
it's only like 15 feet from where the little area is. It's not too far off.
I just want to listen in.
Okay. Go. I mean, if you guys were gonna continue, go on. Sorry.
so it was Iskra who has the mark as well?
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping that if anybody here that would be able to help me learn of where I've landed, that you might.
Well, I know that we have a connection, but I don't know exactly how you're supposed to help, or if I'm supposed to help you. I'm new to the whole thing. I don't know how it works.
Understandable enough. I think that's about it on the conversation that Renan feels the need to have.
All right.
I-
No worries.
I guess maybe this is probably a good time to come clean to the party.
Return.
A while ago, back when I was in Ravnica, I was involved in an adventure that had benefactors from another realm, and they decided that I did well enough that I was part of their team. And now my mission is to be here with all of you. And they don't give me a lot of info, only that what we're doing right now is really important and could affect all of the realms. I'm really not supposed to tell you, but I think it was unavoidable at this point. You'd be asking questions, and I feel bad about keeping it from you.
I'm glad that you said that.
As far as I know, I wasn't sent here to help anyone in particular. I was here simply for the sake of saving as many as I could from the chaos that I have a feeling is going to ensue.
Well, we have encountered at least one group with a prophecy about coming chaos, so you might be in the right place.
Kindred, as you have been watching, you see that there are 4 individuals that are walking towards the inn at the moment. Not so much like with hurried purpose, but they are definitely making a beeline. After coming around the corner, you can see them coming towards the inn. These people are dressed in nice enough garb to where it sticks out enough to where they don't look like your ordinary citizens, but they don't stand out. They're not wearing any blatant Thayan military colors or anything either, but they are well dressed. And though they don't have full cloaks, they do have hoods attached to their clothing, and it kind of keeps their visage from sight as they approach the steps and walk up into the building itself.
I'm just gonna
The
kind
Thayan
of curl
secret
tightly
police.
into a little coil and like stick my tongue out at him.
I mean, are you? I'm assuming Malzahar is like in
Fireball.
the bushes off to the
Yeah.
sides. Yeah, not like.
Yeah, but still watching him pass by. He's just kind of gonna do that snake thing.
Yeah.
And yep. So then as that
With that sound exactly.
hello, Clarice. There's 4 approaching, nicely dressed, not Thayan. They're coming.
Okay. So, up for those of you, let's see, Sandra, are you still by the door? Did you go back to the door again, or are you staying back in the room?
I'm listening in at the.
At the door?
I'm still in the inner chamber, but just listening right there at the stone door entrance, whatever. Closed.
Okay, because
Near
the
to
the
the-
chamber is 15 feet. There's like the tunnel is 15 feet to the door, and at the end of that, it's the chamber. So you're at the door, or at the head of the chamber, just listening down the tunnel.
I'm where if they were going to open the door, I would be right there.
Okay, so you're at the
I'm
door.
just trying to-
You're at
yeah,
the
I'm
door
at the
itself.
door.
Okay.
Yep.
Make a perception check for me.
16.
16. Okay. Malzahar, are you staying? Is Malzahar staying outside to watch?
Yeah, he's gonna stay hidden, kept away.
Okay.
And then once all 4 come in, like go into the inn, I'll come back to my senses.
Okay. So once all 4 go walk inside the door, and you see them enter. Where is it? There you go. As they enter the door and go inside, you come back to the room. Your senses now your own again. And had you told everybody? Is that what you had done?
Yeah,
right?
when I said that, yeah.
All right. So everybody heard that there are the 4 people entering the room. And for a moment passes. 5 minutes pass. 10 minutes pass. And you guys are just kind of sitting in the dark and the quiet, waiting to hear any sounds. Sandra, you hear nothing from the other side of the stone. Until finally you hear the stone, the switch get pulled on the other side. You can hear the mechanism turn as the
I want to ready mold earth.
as the stone like moves over to the side, and you see Terrace and Rafina standing there.
Does that mean I get out of the hole?
The light kind of shines down enough to where you guys can see a little. It seems really bright all of a sudden in here.
Take the goggles off.
As they just kind of are like surprised to see Sonder just like right there in front of them. Like,
I would move away a bit, but
you can come upstairs now. And
Is
they
everything safe?
Oh, thank you.
as safe as it's going to be, I suppose.
Insight
Can
check.
I do an insight check? Yeah.
Yeah. Who are those 4 people that came?
Oh, well, you guys are at the far end of the tunnel. So unless you guys are coming out this way, are you guys coming out this way, or are you guys staying back there? What are you doing?
I'm gonna hesitate in case it's like a trap.
Okay.
I do an
I'm
insight
with
check.
Sonder. Could I do an insight check as well?
As a cat.
Yeah.
I would say Kindred and Sonder were the first two, so you two can do it. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. We'll go for it. It's fine.
I got a 14.
Okay.
Insight. I got an 8.
8. Okay.
17.
Okay.
I'm going to do the telepathy thing. You guys stay here. I'm going to check it out real quick,
You need me to go with you?
if you'd like.
Okay, I will.
All right.
I don't like splitting up again. I'm going with you this time.
Okay.
Okay.
Sonder,
So
are
I'll
you
go follow.
keeping Kitty Soul?
Yeah, you can be on my shoulder.
Okay.
And
Yeah, you just did
Renan
that.
is just happy to get out of the hole, so he's coming.
Okay.
Well, then I guess everyone's coming.
Actually, I'll look at Galil like,
Just stay.
I'm staying.
Okay.
Okay.
we'll be here.
Okay.
At least one of us can survive.
I'm going to telepathy soul. Do you think you might be able to use those giant moles if things get bad?
You can hear him, but I don't know if you can necessarily respond.
No.
responded-
Yeah, because he can't respond.
Okay.
Because the equipment's on him, but it's not like,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, so I nod for yes, but I'm saying no, I can't respond
Yeah.
other than those cat noises. Someone did it really good a little while ago. I don't know who that was. But...
That was me.
All right. So, Eloquent, Sonder, Iskra, Renan, and Kitty Soul go out into the cellar. Rafina's like already going up the stairs. Terrace
Okay.
is kind of waiting for. He looks down. Wasn't there more of you? Has everyone staying? Are they staying down here?
They're just gonna stay there for just a bit. They're trying to get adjusted back to the light, you know.
That's fair. That's fair. He hollers down the tunnel. Just close the door when you're done. He kind of like. Oh, are you maging the door shut again? Okay, the door closes.
Okay.
I passed Kindred the bottle that I've been drinking out of.
Okay.
I'm just walking, waiting for the door to shut, and
The door
then-
shuts. Kindred is boozing it up. Okay, so let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure. I think is the stream running for you guys?
Yeah.
Those are your
Go
options.
ahead.
Okay.
So Galil, how far underground do you think we are?
At least 2 stories down, at least.
Probably
Should be
pretty
a
close.
sub basement, right?
Yeah, I
Basically.
can take out 10 feet at a time, if need be.
Well, if you need things to be quiet here, I have my silence.
I know. I keep an inventory of what everybody has.
I'm gonna turn on my the recording button, I guess, for the telepathy thing.
Okay. You guys.
Anything I hear, they hear. Everyone hears.
All right, you go up the stairs and back through the kitchen again and out into the main room. And you can see right at the table by the door are 2 individuals that are just sitting on the tables, like their arms crossed and leaning back.
Fuck.
You assume that they are probably the ones that Kindred said he had heard about, but their hoods are back, and you see partially shaved heads with some tattoos along the side. you can see that there in the corner, Rafina is taking them some drinks.
Okay. Have they seen us?
Yes.
Fuck.
Rafina turns to you and says, these are, she kind of swallows, representatives of her lady Amratha. She is the head of the Empire's liaison here.
Rafina, you bitch. God damn it.
But
So
they.
I'm going.
She turns to you guys. She's like, "These are our guests that are staying here, and took shelter below after the impact in case of something dangerous." And
I'm
she
going
kind of laughs.
to-
She kind of laughs like nervously, and you can see.
I'll pitch
Hold-
in.
Hold on. You see the man and the woman. One is a man, one is a woman. And the woman, seeing you guys' like nervousness and like eyes darting to Rafina and back to them, she raises a hand and just like, "There is no need for alarm. We are not here to make any sort of arrests. We wanted to. All we are sent here to do is to make sure that you do not leave."
At that time,
Amaranth,
Iskra,
Amaranth has words she wishes to share with a few of you. And then you are free to do as you will. You have our word and our word is the best that you have at the moment, all things considered. She gestures to one of the empty tables next to her. You may sit if you wish. I suggest that you tell all of your friends to come out.
I'll take a seat.
So when we first noticed them, I jumped off of Saunders' shoulder, and then I think I'm just gonna go and make myself unseen around the counter, the tables, or something.
Make a stealth check for me.
Okay.
I'm actually going to sit beside Iskra.
Okay.
I'm not going to sit down. I'm using my wings to kind of cover Frostbrand.
Okay. You can see the man that's like leaning one arm on the table just kind of looks at you suspiciously. And then just kind of like does that. As he like just looking you over.
I'm gonna
Sonder, go ahead.
I'm gonna go sit down
Okay.
across from them.
At their table?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a natural 20, but if we add the bonuses, it's a 31.
Damn. Nice.
Cats are invisible.
You just
tell that to
turn
Frostbrand.
into liquid down my back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Le poof.
instant
That's how it works.
Yes.
Okay.
Ninjutsu.
Cat ninjutsu for sure. Okay. So Kindred and Galil, you guys have now heard everything that has been said because Sonder had his doodad on. What are you guys doing?
Iskra, if they ask you, take my name. I gave them Karen, and I have a room number 16. Use it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Galil, what are you doing?
Waiting until something goes wrong first.
I go and ask for elven wine. Glass of elven wine.
Rafina's like, sure, of course. Easily
So-
enough, finds you something and pours it into a cup for you. Passes it over.
How much
to
will that be?
Don't worry about it. It's on the house. You've come from a long way.
Many thanks. I join them back at the table.
Okay. At this point, you can feel like that energy of just like the cold sweat kind of starting to go down your back. That cold wind that you can feel cools it because it's coming through the atrium there in the center of this thing, and you can hear the tree like swaying and the branches creaking in the air.
So, did your investigation determine what happened? I engaged the
the
two
the two.
no.
Are you
representatives.
are you directing it at either one or in particular or just in general?
Just either one.
The woman turns back to you, and let me see here. Hold on. Trying to remember. Okay. She turns over to you, and she was like, "Well, not exactly, but we do have a couple more of us looking about the area to see to determine what exactly caused the intrusion, if you will."
Immediately put my hand on Galil's shoulder and go back to Mal.
Okay.
I hold his hand and just continue drinking.
I love that you guys are just like boozing it out in the cellar while everyone's interrogation mode of Supreme up there. Okay.
So, you said you really don't know exactly what happened, but why can't we leave? I mean, there's something that fell out of the sky, and I don't think any of us actually feel safe at all. I mean,
Right, like if something fell off one of your warships.
exactly.
I mean, I hope that you'll be liable, right? That you'll repair this place.
Maybe, do you know if it was an elemental, possibly? Because that's I'm looking at the crater. I mean, it looks like
the woman turns back over to you guys and just like, I guarantee you it wasn't one of the airships. And the only reason you are encouraged to stay is because Amaranth has words for you and the rest of your group. I suppose that the others are hiding away still. I understand their trepidation, that they would not wish to show their faces. But as I said, I suggest that they come out. At least in respect for Amaranth's hospitality that she is extending towards you and staying in this city.
I'm going to say through telepathy, are you guys looking to come out?
The stupid snake. Outside, Kindred. You've been watching the road either way, and use it. Don't.
I'm going to say... I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say in Primordial, you have us figured for the wrong group.
To
both of them.
both of them?
Yeah.
Okay. They don't. Neither one of them. They both like look over at you, but neither of them respond.
so.
Um,
So you're practically saying that no harm's going to come to us. You just want to see us, I suppose. I mean, do you think we have anything to do with this?
the woman turns. That is not. I am not at liberty to say. I am merely following the orders given to us by Lady Amaranth. Those that were found within the inn are not to leave until she arrives. And they are not to be harmed. She kind of says that last bit with a little bit of resigned like a sigh, almost like a sigh at the end, just like, not to be harmed. Outside Kindred, you hear the sound of like shaking bones or something that kind of like almost sounds like chimes. It kind of comes echoing down through the wind as Malzahar turns his attention. You can see this little old lady or a hunched figure, like walking with a cane, and every time she walks with a cane, the bones kind of like move as she's like making her way
Downtown.
up the street towards the inn. At her side are two more robed individuals, but make a perception check for me, if you will.
Snake senses.
Activate.
Perception. Passive perception of 10. Let's see. It's wisdom. Okay. Oh, 19.
Okay. Let me see here. Hold on.
Nothing gets past my sneaky snake.
Sneaky snake. Nope.
Sneaky snake.
Nothing gets past Sneaky Snake. That's for sure. Okay. So, yes, there we go. We'll go this one. So you see this little person like walking up towards you, and with those eyes, you can see that the figure stops kind of close to the bush that you're at, and looks over at you with the heavy cowl that they have over their hood, and you can see just the smallest snout or bit of a snout of a scaled snout that kind of looks over in your direction. You see this clawed hand that you can now recognize as holding the gnarled staff. One other hand just kind of like waves, and it continues to make its way towards the steps.
I'll just give like the slightest little bows of my head.
As they like, she kind of hobbles up the stone, and the door to the tavern opens once again. The wind blowing inside, it kind of like ruffles everyone's clothing before it closes, and you can see this hooded, cloaked figure holding this bony staff. Immediately, the other two figures stand up, and they kind of bow at the person in the cloak, and just like Lady Amaranth, we have some of those that you saw. The others remain in hiding. It's fine. Don't worry about it. She kind of moves closer to one of the tables as she walks. Let's see here. Is it this one? I actually think it's this one. You can hear the bones every time she moves. Sonder, you're the one who's sitting the closest. She rests the cane against the table and pulls back the hood, and you see a dragonborn woman, old dragonborn woman. Her scales silvery, where they're not covered with this thick coal-like substance, and like you can even see like what looks like ink or some sort of paint that's kind of striped on parts of her face. Some of it looks maybe accidental. Some of it looks, placed on purpose, like runes of some sort. Go ahead.
I'm gonna slowly get up, and just bow to her.
She puts a clawed hand like for you to sit down. Oh, sit down. Sit down. It is fine. I've come to see the one who I have not been able to see. There is one amongst you who hides his presence. He is of interest, and I have words to speak to him.
Your ambassadors say we will not be harmed. in Draconic.
There are not many among your type that speak that language. You speak it
And
well.
I say, and even less of mine, I suppose, in Draconic.
Hey, nice.
She looks slowly over at you, and you recognize most Dragonborn kind of follow one, color or another. This one seems to follow more along the silver. She has from her running from like partway up her snout all the way to the back, almost like a thin bony frill that on most silver dragons almost is like mohawky, I guess, kind of. This one kind of like hangs over limply over the side of her half of her face, so it almost looks like hair, but it's skin and these little bony fingers kind of thing that just kind of hang over one side.
Dragonborn emo phase, got it.
She comes over to this one of the seats, and the guy pulls it up back for her, and she sits at the table and like rests on it. You realize that even as she is small, much of her is like hunched over. So if she were to stand tall, she would be your height or taller. Yeah, she would be. Yeah, she's tall. But she carries a lot of herself. It's almost like seeing like a Skeksis, if you remember the Skeksis from Dark Crystal. It's almost like that kind of like hobbling, kind of large form as she walks. Yeah. And she looks over at you, Sonder.
I do recall. What was it? A bright spot for the platinum one, am I correct?
That is right.
There was once a time when I myself sought the platinum one's guidance, but that was many, many years ago.
What was it that changed your ideas of him?
Death. Death changes much of one's mind.
What do you follow now?
Knowledge. Wisdom.
I like her.
The future is ever moving. And all of you have a place and part to play in what is to come. I am assuming your hidden friend is listening to you now.
He's with us.
Tell the two souls. No. Two souls. I suggest you come out. You of kindred spirits, you and I.
I just look at Galil like, fuck.
You're found.
I bamf Malzahar, and he's back on around my neck and slithers in my cloak, and then, well, if I'm gonna do this, give me one more drink.
I'm taking 3 bottles. I'll pay them back later. Here's the rest of what we were drinking.
You guys are coming back up here like plastered.
No, I'm gonna put the 3 bottles inside the bag of holding for later.
Oh,
They're gonna come out of the room and just be like, "Oh, why?"
They're those people. Yeah, you guys are those one. Yeah, just took all the little mini soaps and the towels, and you just put them in your bag for later. No big deal.
Jesus.
Take a big swig and then. You coming with?
I think I'm going to go the opposite way, but still keep an eye out on you.
Oh,
You said about 10 feet, right?
I think so.
I will mold earth and try to make a tunnel up straight up because you said it's just straight earth, right?
It's earth, but then the floor of the inn itself is not like wood or just dirt. It is like paved like bricks on the inside.
So then I guess when I try that and then I hit break, I'm like, well, there goes that. I was gonna leave you an escape route, but
I'll find a way.
and then I'll head up.
I'll tell him telepathically.
I'll stealth out.
Stealth out.
Of what?
Out the front door as well. Just going the opposite way.
Okay, so you're in the tunnel and you're going into
Yes.
the cellar, and the cellar
Yes.
leads up to the kitchen. The kitchen
Yes.
has one door, and it's going to lead directly in front of everybody.
Fuck.
You just wave when you do it.
Invisibility.
I want to talk to
Yeah.
the architects. They didn't.
Yeah.
Did you hear me, Khalil?
Where's Karen when I need her?
Invisibility. There's Karen.
Ooh.
This will work.
She is a seer, I believe. I think she will know when you are near.
Only one way to find out. Anyway, I do it to you.
Okay, so
I'm gonna
go ahead.
spies murmur Aliquin, and just in case we need this, I start describing my family home in the little tune that my grandpa would always hum, and everything like that.
Okay, so Kindred opens the door slowly. You can see the two individuals that are standing now back behind Amaranth as she's sitting at the table. The robed individuals you had seen walked with her don't appear to be inside. They appear to be staying outside or something. As she was the only one who had walked in. You see the lady. She's like,
You have done well. I sense your familiarity, if you will. Come, sit at the
Takes his little
table.
head out and just kind of sticks his tongue out at her.
Come sit at the table, child.
Ben just follows behind him.
So many animals in so close a space. You run a wild inn, Rafina. I'm sure the owner would be pleased. But that is neither here nor there. Sit, sit. You have been poking around where you shouldn't be, Kindred.
Quiet.
I will make this easy for you then. I know many things about most of you. That one, she points over at Renan, I do not know. But you are new here to this realm, are you not? Ah, it's fine, it's fine. My interests are simple. My master was the one who divined the prophecy. The one of the child that you serve. Oh yes, I know of the child. Most of those in the divining schools of Thay know of the child. We have been trying to find his lineage, his whereabouts.
I
But
want to turn my attention on the two sitting that we're conversing with the ones before and see their reactions to her bringing that up.
Okay, make a perception check.
Ooh, nat 20. Fuck yes.
Stoic. They're like, their attention is kind of watching everybody, but not in the like obvious like bodyguard kind of, you know, bouncer, you know, kind of way. But they're vigilant.
You work for the child, you protect the child. But I question where your loyalties lie. You of the two souls.
I'm gonna look at Kindred.
Fuck.
You see,
Around the room.
you see, I may not be able to see you, but when you divine things, when you see all the things I have seen, the times, the places, there are mysterious gaps, a hollow, if you will. Your path is not one of a singular path. No, you have many possibilities in front of you. Some you stay true. Some would make your father proud.
I try really hard to keep a straight face.
You can see she takes a little she just seems to have like a little substance and she like rubs it on her lip. Her eyes kind of start turning purple. Yes. Well, I mean, it kind of doesn't matter at this point.
I know. This reaction, like,
She looks over at the other table, at those seated there.
As I suspected, most of you run in opposition. That is fine. I know the Empire can be difficult to live with, but I guarantee you there are worse things in this plane and beyond than this Empire.
I actually just nod my head when she says that.
She looks over at Aliquin as you nod.
You know, don't you?
Her eyes turn blue and then like purple as she looks at you.
I just don't say anything. I'm just.
You have been touched. Yes, I sense it. I know who your master is, Blue One.
She turns over to Sonder. The eyes are still purple.
You seek to reclaim what you lost. That is a noble cause. But I wonder if you serve the right master.
She
Talmud
turns.
is
Go
just. He's good.
She kind of agrees, but doesn't do it like super agrees. She's just like,
At times.
she looks over at Iskra.
You are lost. Lost far from home. And you too have a diverging path. It twists and turns, but not nearly as much as this one. You two souls, they have not learned the truth about you, have they? That is fine. But enough chit-chat. I have a proposition to make.
And her eyes go like back to that her normal reptilian form. They're no longer colored.
I offer you hospitality. Come, stay within the Hall of Sages with me. Kindred, you and I have words we need to speak. Your
In
friends
exchange
will
for what?
cooperation. The future is uncertain. You may leave here with your friends and perhaps die within a day. You may leave here with your friends and perhaps become immortal and live as legends. I cannot control this. I merely see things as they could be, as they should be. Your invisible one as well. There is much that I have focused on this moment. I knew there would be those following the child that would be here this day. I knew there would be signs from the heaven that would signal their arrival. But beyond that, it is difficult. So focused have I been in my research, so astute, as my master would say. Much better that you stay with me in more comfortable surroundings than staying in this hovel. Perhaps I may find favor with each of you in divining what your futures may hold. As I said, I only wished cooperation. And I assure you this cooperation will remain between you and I. Think on it.
She gets up slowly. You can hear her like bones creaking and cracking as she like gets up from the table. The two on each side of her lift her arms up, kind of help guide her as she stands.
You will have a boat waiting for you at the docks to take you to the South Bank. You have until the evening.
Just me?
Oh no, my hospitality is for all. If they have questions, I will do what I can to answer them for you. But your cooperation is the one that I seek. Think on it.
She moves over to the door again. She picks up her little bone staff, kind of like jingles the bones again as she like walks to the door. Doom, doom. Opens the door. The two guards that were there kind of open the door for her and lead her out. And on the other side, you see that the two cloaked individuals that had come up with her were indeed standing there, and they all four leave, leaving all of you there in the
room.
That one almost needs spare the dying cost honor today.
Well, at least it didn't turn into an altercation. But now I guess we have to decide what to do. Are
How
we?
are we supposed to operate in a city where they know our every move?
Well,
I'm just silent, like just nothing.
do we just leave? I mean,
I think she'll know.
She'd certainly know, but I believe there's only one person here that we truly need to know the intentions of.
I agree. Kindred. I'm gonna turn over there.
I kind of like glance over also.
What is it that she speaks of?
Prophecy?
Your alignments. You're not telling us something.
Your intentions.
Are your legs feeling really hot right now? Because you're sitting on the hot seat.
Meow.
I thought you were peeing on her for a second. I was like, uh oh, Soul just wet something.
If you want to go to the room, we can speak about it.
We're the
But
only
I think
ones in
all
here,
of us.
right?
Rafina is like behind the counter, like absent, back to you guys, just like caring for things.
Ugh, Karen.
Caring, not caring for things.
The opposite of a carrot.
Yeah, the opposite. Caring. I see what you did there.
Karen 101 has unsubscribed from this channel.
She gave us a terrible review on
Bitches.
Google.
Oh no, 1 stars.
Hey, Rafina. Would you mind bringing us a round of glasses? And then there may be something you could tend to for a while.
Rafina comes over and puts glasses down on the table, and as she does so, like you can see her hands are shaking, like for each glass that she sets, just like handshake. And she doesn't say anything. She just kind of nods and walks to the kitchen.
Before she actually leaves away from us, just try to grab her attention.
We're not ordering food.
No. If anything crazy does happen, you guys should at least leave the city. I mean, if you can.
She kind of turns her head over her shoulder and kind of nods. It's fine. The Empire's taken good care of us since they came here. I trust her word. If she means us no harm, then no harm shall come to us. And she goes back into the kitchen.
This seems to be the case for most of the people here in
Her
Silver.
hands didn't agree with the way that she was speaking, though.
And also, as afraid as she looked just now.
As I take out the strong bottle that they passed all us absinthe, and I pour everyone a drink.
Got it.
Oh
I swear-
dear.
I swirl mine first before I actually take a good mouthful of it.
It is potent stuff.
Yeah, I sip mine a little too.
And I'll down my shot. All right, who's first?
So what are you not telling us?
Lots, but at the same time, everything. I tell you everything. Things that pertain to carp and things that may immediately affect us in the future, I tell you. Things that have potentiality, I keep on a need-to-know basis. Discuss them with Farlight, with Carp.
I mean, we're all harboring secrets. That's no secret. But why is this lady just walking in and already knows you and knows everything about? I just kind of like I grab the bottle and kind of pour myself another one.
Yeah.
How she knew that much both surprises and doesn't surprise me. Up until recently, even Farlight and I didn't know much about my real self. So remember when we lifted the castle?
Mm-hmm.
And I passed out for 3 days?
I tilt my head.
This was before we picked you up.
Oh, no.
At Tet. When the Tet was made a city.
So, remember that vision I had?
Right?
Looking over the details with it, with Farlight, I think that Uranus is my father, and he split his soul, and I'm a phylactery.
Uranus himself. So the two babes that were in your vision, one of them was you. Where's the other?
No clue.
Hmm.
Don't even have a name.
This is someone important, I take it?
Yes and no. Uranus is... And trust me, the irony is not lost on me, but Uranus is a high elf in charge of abjuration magic for the Thayans.
Huh.
I kind of lean in. Are you talking about your brother?
No. My father, apparently the hand of Thay, one of them.
So, if we would never be able to... If we needed to kill him, we would have to kill whoever your sibling is, as well as you.
Possibly.
Then I guess that's a bridge that we make sure we don't have to cross. We'll imprison him if we have to, right?
I look over at Discra.
Kindred's been too important to our team to do that to her.
I agree.
I've discussed this with Farlight and Carp. If that decision must be made, it must be made.
I think perhaps the seer could give you more information on your second half.
Which was kind of an ulterior motive is why I wanted to come here.
You knew.
Not her.
Oh.
I wanted to gather as much information on liches as I could to figure out how to destroy them. But now we know why I didn't die when I died.
This is a lot to take in, and I'm just gonna down a shot. Fuck.
Well, okay. Yes, this is a lot, but as for things that we can control right now, what are we going to do? Are we going to go to this boat that they have for us? or are we gonna? What do we want to do?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. What does that mean for our plan for Silvery Moon?
I have no idea. But cooperation, I guess.
I mean, you say the word and we could level the city and we can go. Or we can comply.
Perhaps we can get more information playing their game for now. If things go bad, then we shoot our way out.
I get the feeling she's not doing it out of generosity, though. I mean, do we put everything that we were fighting for at risk?
Galila, you've been quiet.
It's because he was
I'm
muted.
still invisible, but I'm gonna take a shot.
Floating shot glass.
Yeah. It just like disappears. The liquid just goes whoop and then is gone.
And she also mentioned her master. Who is that?
Right.
Who?
No, he was saying right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm not sure. I imagine it's his Leech Lord.
Because she seemed pretty intimidating and up there, and whoever she calls master,
Right.
I don't want to mess with.
And yet she knew your master. Who is that, by the way?
I just
Well, you know, the more I think about it, I'm gonna interrupt. The
We'll
more
talk
I
later.
think that
this drink is really strong. Yeah. Oh no, come back.
Oh, Iskra's
Is-
gone.
Iskra, no.
Suddenly Iskra suddenly Iskra is frozen for all the time. She turns into
Oh God.
I said I would take you home. Please don't do this.
an
now.
Istricle. An Istricle. She just like freezes in
An
place.
Isprickle.
Yeah, no.
Take it.
Yeah.
I take her glass from her.
She said that she was thinking. Apparently, thinking involves buffering.
She's Googling. Hold on.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. On that note, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break, and then we will get back to seeing what the next the next thing is, what the next move is. I know words. And so we
It
will
involves
see
Fireball.
involves
Jesus.
fireball. We'll see you in 10 minutes. Okie dokie. Welcome back. We're still missing one Sonder, but you know, that's okay. We'll get there. We have a lot to do and cover and stuff. There's a lot of things going on right now.
Do the thing that cartoons with commercial breaks used to do and like have the same scene happen over again with
Over
slightly
again.
different wording.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Kindred's colors are still having a
I know.
epileptic fit.
I know. Well, you know, I'm about to have an
Hope
epileptic.
no one. I hope no one has seizures in our audience.
Hey, if I kill the DM, he can't kill us.
That's-
Kindred looks like he's going through the tunnel in Willy Wonka.
Yeah. No, for sure. For sure. That or he's just broken the internet and now he is, you know. Kindred. Yes, Parrish. Kindred is being summoned into the abyss. And then also, Drummy says, Kindred is triggering my epilepsy. You know, this is why he is the murder hobo of our campaign, because he is the one who kills everyone.
That
This
makes
is also
sense.
true.
Yeah, he's the of the whole party. I think he is the one who has caused the most, like,
Killed the most many people.
killed the most people outside of
Innocent.
outside of combat.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he laughs maniacally.
So, all right. I know Soul changed to
I
red,
did.
and then I went to the darker colors because I couldn't just wear red. Is not my color. I never wear that shirt because it is so red. And
Aaron
then I
was
was just,
whining too much. He wanted to go change. That's all to it.
wow. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Moving on. Okay. So, yeah, whatever. All right. So, everyone just had a little moment, as we are now getting back into the moment of Kindred sitting around the table, imparting alcohol and spilling his tea and sharing the absinthe, as you guys are sitting around the table. Renan trying to figure out what is happening, and everybody else is trying to figure out what to do next. So you are currently sitting in the room. Yay! There he is. Okay, so now that we are all here, and you guys are sitting around the table. What are you guys doing next?
We can't challenge what we don't understand, and they have us at a disadvantage. I think that we have more to learn from them than they have to learn from us, clearly. They already know everything about us.
I'm sure she could probably track whether we're going to leave or not.
And the city can move, so we're not putting it at jeopardy by being here. We don't even know where it is right now.
All I know is I won't be letting her peer into my future. I don't need her knowing where I came from.
I think you being an unknown is excellent.
You give us an advantage. Against her, at least.
It's about this point that you guys hear in your respective spies murmurs.
I don't have one.
Yeah. So what's happening? Can I come back inside now, or am I still supposed to be hiding out in the alley?
It's safe now.
You can get
come
out
in.
of the alley. Bad
Well-
things happen in those places.
Safe's relative, right?
It takes
Look up.
like a little bit, only a couple moments pass before the door opens again, and Aelin steps inside wearing these dark brown, like dark brown leathers and rather warm looking attire. And he has in his arms like bundles of other clothing. And he sets it on the table and kind of like looking around. He's like, then his eyes fall on Renan. Right.
You guys know each
He just
other?
kind of dropped in.
Oh, was that who it was that you were saying things happened and whatnot?
That's right.
Um,
Got that?
hi. Name's Aelin. And who are you?
Renan.
Renan.
Kindred.
Nice wings.
Thank you.
Um,
And
Okay.
actually, Renan almost seems to blush at that and like tuck his wings back, like, oh.
I'm going to sit down. Iskra, I found some clothes. Actually, I found one of my old friends as well.
Oh,
Oh, great.
Yes. Well, yes and no, but we'll get to that later. So what happened?
There's a seer who knows everything about us, and we've been made. Our disguises won't matter anymore.
well,
Oh.
she didn't say anything about Aelin,
That's true.
so
You might still be in the clear.
Great, I think. So you're not dead and you're not under arrest. How did you manage to get out of that one exactly?
We're under house arrest.
So we have to stay here?
Were.
Under the watchful eye of the Thayans.
Oh, that's great. Okay, well, so clearly we're not going to follow that, right?
And she also didn't know about the airship either.
That's
I
true.
elbow you like, don't speak out loud.
Well, if it's any
You
consolation,
mean the one I want to buy?
Well, yeah, obviously the one that's out at the docks.
right?
I
So,
wink.
so I'm confused. Did you find your friends or no? You're looking over at Kindred. Okay, well, I have my contacts still. Some of the underground still, after a fashion, active. Not. Things are strange. He squats down and gets like on his knees and leans up on the table. It's like everyone's happy here. What is going on? When I left, there was misery and everyone was living in poverty, and now it's like, I don't know. It's like everywhere I go, people are just content, and I know I shouldn't be saying it like it's a bad thing, but it's just weird. One of the inns was burned during the attack, and the Empire's funding them to be rebuilt. It's like every time I've talked to anybody, it's the Empire's met my needs, or the Empire provides.
Silvery Moon is a place of magic. And perhaps they're trying to make allies. Perhaps they need someone on their side.
Well, if that's the case, then wouldn't that make our job more difficult? If nobody,
Exactly.
Nobody
They don't
cares
want our
to
help.
throw the Empire over. Do they not know what's happening in all the other cities? Aside from that, there are people who are disappearing, or have disappeared. And
I
they're
believe only the people that are content. And how easier is it to just throw some gold at someone to win their alliance versus outright public executions?
Or threaten them, I guess.
Kindred, how would you know if someone had a spell cast on them like mass suggestion? Is that possibly a thing too?
I just point right at your little necklace. It's a necklace that gives you detect magic, right?
No. My dad gave me this.
Oh, well, detect magic. If they were something affecting them, it would show up. Unless they particularly went away to hide that.
What
No,
about the mythal?
no one's
That would be
seen it.
powerful enough.
No one has seen
They-
it. I'm assuming they have it hidden away on the south bank.
If they have access to that kind of power, perhaps they can make a more powerful mass suggestion, or perhaps
Can the mythal
This is the large-
influence people?
I don't know. Probably. I mean, it's a magic
It would explain a lot.
fountain. Like, you could do anything with it.
Could you
What?
overload it?
I don't know. I don't think
I don't
anyone's.
think
It's
so.
not something that I don't think anyone's ever exactly tried to do before.
Like Kindred said, though, maybe they're just playing nice. If that thing is as powerful as it sounds, if there's a copy of it where we came from, then, it would make sense to treat people well.
It's definitely. That's why I said the underground's not exactly still up and running. They haven't really needed it. But
Well.
there are still people that I know they seem normal enough. They don't have any love for the Empire, but at the same time, it's not like they're suffering. Why? I have the strangest feeling that I'm missing something else.
Join the club.
So what
See,
are we
you're-
gonna do?
Seer was a dragonborn elderly woman. Has she lived in Silvery Moon before? Do you know of her?
Amaranth.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yes. She led some of the forces that, obliterated the spell guard.
As a traitor.
I mean, she is powerful. And she knew what she was doing.
Do you know who she serves?
No, but there were rumors that her master was one of the hand. I believe, I mean, if I'm to make a deduction, it's probably whoever's in charge of divination. For Saz Tam, it was
Right.
said that whoever that is, still resides in Thay. For her to send her apprentice, as it were, seems like a rather big deal. But then there's a whole repository of knowledge on the South Bank. They could be looking for anything.
She did say that she follows knowledge and wisdom. I'm guessing that that's what she is after.
I believe it.
And we do keep hearing about this South Bank.
That's where all the mage types used to stick to. When I lived
Should we
here
go down there
before,
and investigate?
when I lived here before, I was part of the spell guard. We guarded the palace and the lord that lived there. All the wizards and the more studious ones like to do their things in the South Bank. The ladies' college was there. The Hall of Sages. And that's where the least amount of damage during the invasion happened. She made sure that the libraries were kept intact.
Makes sense.
But I don't know what they were looking for.
Hmm.
And it's awfully cold outside.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That was you?
In a matter of speaking.
Oh. Hooray! Cold.
Oh, the cold's never bothered me too much.
I feel like I heard a blonde lady say that one time.
I was. God damn it.
Yeah, it's about Disney, guys. Thank you.
Let's just
Nah, I changed the sentence. It's not
let's just let
copyrighted.
that go.
Yeah.
Let's just let it go. Let it go for now.
We just have to continue with the unknown.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over there and finish my sandwich.
Perhaps she's looking for something in the library pertaining to the prophecy.
Dethrotha. That's her master.
Dethrotha? How do you know?
She's one of the Circle of Eight, Master of Divination.
Divination. Okay. She said she wanted us to go to the Hall of Sages. That's where we would reside if she were to take us in, if we agreed to it. And where is that at? Is that on the South Bank?
Aelin nods. It's like, it's a really boring place if you ask me. It's filled with books and places for experimentation.
I'll have you know you're talking to a sage.
Yeah.
At
Well.
least two.
I tilt my head also.
That's fine. You can do your studying and experimentations. Just say not all of us have to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe it is kept boring for a reason. People don't think that it's someplace important. Maybe it is.
Fair enough.
Which brings us to
All
the
I can
decision.
say is-
do we go to the boat or not?
We've gotten out of this mess before. One of us died,
We don't.
but I think we'll be okay.
So to the boat.
If you all agree.
Just
I made
mainly
a
wanting
selfish
you,
decision
Kindred.
once before, and look how it ended. So, learning from my mistakes, I'm with the group on this one.
So we'll play nice for now and maybe see what we can do to make it easier for us to make a getaway if we need to. Do some damage on the way out.
I have
Well,
a
I, for
feeling.
one, am rather intrigued by this library.
And we still have our bombs if needed. right?
That's true. I have a feeling that the people who spoke up against the Empire here in Silvery Moon are located somewhere here
If they're alive.
in the dungeons or barracks, and those would be the people we need to save. To gather arms. So maybe we go inside, play nice, see if some of us can get away, or sneak around. Aelin and Renan, you two would be the few that I'm guessing she cannot see. So
She couldn't see him because he's new. Give her time. Trust me, if it was me, as soon as I got back, I would be looking up everything I could on him.
well, then we do this quickly before she figures out that Aelin is with us.
She's seen him. He can't leave. But Aelin,
Right.
I don't want to force you, but
She also didn't
you're
seem
one of the
to.
12. I don't want you getting caught with us.
She also didn't
You
mention
see-
Soul.
You see him kind of like puff his chest out. He's like, I might be, but I'm also here to do my job to protect you as well. I know this city. If you think I'm just going to sit around and wait for you to have all the fun, you're out of your mind.
So what do we tell Granny?
We
They have
said
a
2
day.
days. Right.
Yeah, we did say 2 days. What do we tell Granny?
One of us could get back. Maybe let her know to stay longer,
Or leave?
Let her know to leave.
to leave. If we can get that ship, then maybe we can get out of here. Keeping her and the boys safe.
Exactly.
Well, if she hasn't seen me yet, I mean, I could figure out a way to get back as quickly as possible. Let her know what's going
you
on.
could come and go. I think that's useful to us.
I'll do it. But don't go blowing anything up without me.
Alright.
Deal.
Oh, I like this group already.
There.
I look at the
Well,
bo-
as Aelin.
Aelin looks over at you and just like, he kind of nods like, they're alright. Okay, so I'm going to go tell her that what?
How tall are you, Aelin?
6 foot.
Crunch into a ball for me.
I'm sorry?
Crawl up into a ball for me.
Aelin looks at everybody else like, wait, is he serious? He's already like sitting on the ground and he just kind of pulls his knees up to his chest a little bit.
You think that he might fit inside of the chest? Do you think it'll pass through? He's not going to come out the other end in pieces, is he?
This isn't going to be like a bag of holding situation, is it?
Stop scaring him.
What are you talking about?
So when he's crouched, like taking my hands and kind of getting a rough estimate. What are his dimensions?
So you could turn him into like a chicken or a duck, right? And then we'll just put them inside.
Oh.
So
I'm not there with y'all.
Oh yeah, you slinked off.
Oh,
where is Soul? PSS.
In the
We're gonna
bar.
convene with the spirit of the tree to
No.
save us.
No,
Following the Dragonborn woman.
so no, Soul's still hiding.
Okay. I was like
know, that-
legitimately like, wait, where did he go? okay.
No,
You
that
hid,
was scary.
you
He's-
hid so
he's-
well that the DM didn't even know where you went.
He's scared. He doesn't want to come out.
well,
Yeah.
if we've got a message to deliver, I can only fly with somebody that's in my hands.
I can send
But that's
something
always
there
an option
instantly.
if we're afraid to shove somebody through a magic portal of some sort, which is what it sounds like you're planning.
I mean, we could just send Granny a letter, and I can have Finn fly it.
That might work. Though the soothsayer, the seer knows what
And
Finn
looks
looks
like
like. No, I don't want him to get shot down. If that's the case,
I mean, he's already flown over the city before.
it's up to you. I know
Alan,
that
I can send you instantly, or if you would like to try to sneak your way past and head back to the ship, it's your call.
How about you save that for emergencies?
It's either now or never.
Save it for an emergency of some nature. I think I can manage to get back on my own.
if you needed a horse to get faster, just let me know.
I know where we parked the boat. I just can take one of the minnows back.
Okay.
right. Okay.
Remember to hide it when you come back.
I know, Dad.
Speaking of horses, where's Soul?
Oh,
He was on my shoulder earlier, but I don't remember where he went. Soul.
Oh,
Here, kitty,
He's
kitty,
smart.
kitty, kitty. Hey,
He's
kitty,
smart.
kitty,
He
kitty,
probably
kitty.
took advantage and is listening to everything we're saying.
Well, I mean, I'd really rather him be here if we actually decide to do something, leave or go on.
Saul wouldn't leave us, but
No, but
he's smart enough to know when to hide.
So what are you guys doing?
Edwin has a spice wormer, right?
Yes.
No.
Except for this guy.
Yeah.
And we have until midnight.
It wasn't specified like an hour particularly, but she said the boat would be there, waiting for you guys
Tonight.
by the night.
oh, what time is it now?
Should be evening.
Afternoon, afternoon,
Afternoon.
almost evening. All right,
Saul,
what are you guys doing?
If anything, they want information. If they wanted to kill us, we would be dead by now. So
Okay.
let's just tippy-toe our way through this situation together.
And while we're there, we can always formulate an escape plan. If things do go south, we can have like a thing ready for us, or an idea ready for us.
We have bombs. And the
We do.
kindred.
Yeah. She may think she
And
knows
an
anything
alien.
about us.
yeah.
And the alien, yeah.
Yeah.
and
The pet is
my
back.
axe.
Maybe Granny with their support. One does not simply.
One does not simply.
Get onto the boat. To go. Alright, well, I actually do vote we go.
So it's settled. We go.
Those who want to go, take a shot.
And I'm gonna take advantage of these warmer clothes.
That's what I got him for.
I rifle through them, grab a set.
It's really simple clothes, but it'll keep you warm, and it is thicker clothing made for this more northern environment. So
Just like simple brown peasant clothes.
yeah.
Is there a pair that'll fit over the wings?
Oh, that's important.
No, but
Does anyone have a pair of scissors?
I mean, you've got my dagger. No,
You got my hammer.
we can manage to figure out something to help you cover them at least. I mean, that's if you want to cover them.
Oh, I don't need them covered. but the mundane part of my body might get a little
Oh,
nippy.
right. He like the clothing that Iskra didn't take to go change into. There is a large, heavy like cloak that you can use, and some other more thick like shirts and things that you can kind of use to the best of your ability. Kind of you can use it almost like a blanket, kind of like cloak to cover, put over your wings, even though it looks like you have now like a hunch through it.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yes, master.
so what are you?
Walk this way.
Oh. No, this way.
Oh God.
Yeah, young Frankenstein for the win. Okay. All right. So, what are you guys doing? You guys are gonna go. Anything you're gonna do in the meantime
We're gonna-
before you get there?
We're
I go
gonna
to
fi-
room 16 and
We're gonna go find Soul first. I'm gonna actually step outside and look. Let me see if I can find Soul anywhere.
So it's okay. You can come back to us now.
He's going to like slowly kind of come around the corner from the behind the counter, the bar.
Very sheepishly.
What did
Yeah.
I tell y'all?
And then I'll walk over to you guys slowly.
As I poured again, did you want to take this as well? I'm sure you heard everything we've talked
everything.
about.
I'm gonna attempt to pick you up too, to kind of carry you back to the table where we are.
Okay. What did you say, Kindred?
As I poured you a shot, and just, do you want to take one of these as well? Because that was a lot of information to take in.
He just shakes his head.
Okay. Waste not, want not. Gulp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys just kind of.
Aelin, you're coming with us, or are you heading back?
Well, if you want me to tell Granny, I'll go now.
I would like that.
Then
But
I'll
like
go
I said,
now.
I won't force you.
There's no need to force me to do anything. Believe me, I'll be coming back and you'll know when I'm here. Not in like a bad way, but you'll know when I come back. I will let you know that I'm back.
So do you want us to wait for you before we leave, or do you want to just meet us by, I guess, the docks? I guess.
I'll stay close by. But I feel like I need to prepare a little more myself before I go waltzing in there. So you tell me what you find out. I'll stay on the outside just in case.
Well,
In the Kindred. Hibby was supposed to be the one who sent the message about the golden oak, right?
mhm.
What if she was taken advantage of, and that was actually sent by this seer? That is perhaps how she knew where we were. Have we heard anything from Hibby this entire time?
Not since we've entered the city.
You hear a clearing of a throat from the outside of the counter.
What?
You turn your attention to the sound. You see the boy Hiko that's standing there.
No fucking way.
It's like, did you say Hibby?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, and
She's
like, the boy like takes his hands and rubs them across his blonde hair, and it becomes black as he does so. Kind of looks around and comes over to the table. Wait, are you friends with Kindred? And for the first time that all of you have been looking at this boy, you really get a look that this is not a boy. And that this is actually a halfling girl. As halflings are able to hide in places where,
Plain
you know,
sight.
in plain sight, pretty easily. So where's...
Don't worry, guys. He'll be a girl tomorrow, and then a boy the next day, and then a girl. Since it's Aaron.
Shut up! That was one time!
I motion for her to come sit to the table.
Just like looks... Is Kindred here?
He is, yes.
You know Kindred. Before his transformation,
Well,
he's been sitting here this whole time.
Oh, right. I think I remember. And she kind of looks over at the hobgoblin. Wait, you're Kindred?
I would say, yeah, but it's a little different, but it's still me.
The girl runs over and like hugs you.
Just a bit higher.
She like leans back. I don't even know what to say. I knew you were coming, and then honestly, I thought it was just all a trick. So I just kind of played along.
Don't tell me you're getting soft on me now.
She gives you this like dirty stare and punches your arm hard. I'll show you soft,
Yeah,
pointy
that's-
ears.
Yeah.
So you're just going to go with the old lizard lady to the other side. I mean, I guess if you wanted to try and find Lana, that's the best way you're going to do it.
I don't know.
Well, give us the scoop. What have you seen since you've been here? We have a lot of gaps.
Why is everyone so content?
I don't
Yeah.
know. People who speak up at first, they used to take them away, and then some of them they'd get executed, and then some of them you would just never see again. But then after a while, people that you would that would speak up or that would get caught trying to sneak people out of the city or do stuff to the Empire, they'd disappear for a little while and then they'd come back, and then they were happy about everything.
Oh shit!
There's no war in Ba Sing Se.
Literally.
Exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah.
I am Julie.
I am Julie. Oh fuck.
Judy.
Judy.
Well,
Judy.
Yeah, Judy.
And now,
Growling.
and they installed a bunch of things all over the city now too. That's how they keep
What?
watch on everyone.
What do they look like?
When I saw them the last time, they were like, they would stand up on a pole, and it was this little, almost like a box, but it was like a pyramid, and it had eyes all over it. But then after a while,
5G towers.
those things would disappear, and you wouldn't see them again. But somehow, they would always know, and that's why the underground disappeared. Everyone
So-
was just happy. So if you're wanting to stay out of sight, I definitely don't think you should stay above ground. Or at least not travel above ground.
Oh,
you
for
have to be-
Harrison's sake.
If you travel underground, though, you have to watch out for the snakes.
Oh, well. Good thing we didn't run into any of those.
You went underground?
Well,
Yeah, there's a whole system down there.
Oh, yeah, I know.
yeah. It's like by the wells and everything, yes.
Wow, they really must have known that you were coming then.
The snakes?
Well, the dragon lady.
She cleared it
I guess.
when
The underground started
she has
getting...
seen that far.
The underground was pretty patrolled for a while, especially over by the market and the palace area.
That's exactly where we were. I didn't see any signs of people besides a boat or two.
Oh, well, I don't know. I just know that I stay away from that side because of the snakes. Big, scary snake guys. Some of them have snake heads, some of them have snake bodies, some of them have snake arms. I just stay away from that side.
Snake people?
Yeah, snake people.
We've run into those as well.
Well, consider yourself
They're
lucky
not
you're
good.
alive.
Wow. She
So
really had
not
this covered.
potential allies then.
The lands
Probably
here aren't
not.
predictable. No.
They just slither better down underground.
Yon T, I believe.
I guess.
So we have all-seeing pyramids up top, and we have slithering snake people down. Okay.
And everybody's happy will probably stab you in the back. She kind of gives
Okay.
you a creepy smile.
And what
But
of the
not me.
missile?
You what?
What of the missile?
I don't know. It's probably on the other side where all they keep all the other magic stuff.
I want to get in closer to Ibby. What about these? And I'll whisper. What about the tavern keepers? Did they
Body snatched.
body snatched?
Well, at least Rafina and Terrace. Yellen's okay, I think, but he keeps to himself. And then the owner, Wanira, she also sticks to herself. She hasn't said that she's for the Empire, but last I heard she wasn't really happy with them. But if
Does
she
she
stays
live-
out of the way, she doesn't have to worry about running into them.
I'm just gonna make my way over to the counter. I know they don't have a cash register, but what is up there?
At the moment, there are plates, like stacks of like clean plates and some cups, and one of the bottle of the elven wine that Renan had been drinking earlier.
Oh, and I'd like another glass of that.
Right.
Absorbing
Well,
all of
uh,
this
Hi-
information.
Hibby
20
Hibby goes over and like grabs a bottle and sets it on the table. There you go.
It's gonna take inventory and take
A pleasure.
20 gold's worth of shit back. So
Yeah, literally, I was gonna say. Fuck.
All right. So, what are you guys doing for the next couple hours before nightfall?
I
How long has it been so far since Renan showed up?
Altogether, probably almost an hour, almost maybe
Okay.
2.
Does the owner stay here in the tavern, in this
No.
inn?
She lives somewhere else in the outside of town.
Oh,
But
I see.
Rafina kind of just runs the place while she's gone.
And I'm gonna throw 30 gold on the counter as kind of part of my payment for breaking through the roof, or rather through the tree.
I'm going to take that 30 gold while I'm at the counter. The bitch
Make
gave
a
us
sl-
up
make
to
a
the
slight-
day and
Make a sleight of hand check.
I'm not really doing it all like sneakily. I'm just kind of like, she gave us up to the Thans and took 20 gold from us. I say we're all about even.
I broke the roof.
I nod at Kindred.
She broke
It's
our
like,
word.
She's also probably not actually her.
Well,
See, so she's lied to us.
I don't think
She
she
put
ever
us-
said she wasn't gonna tell on you guys.
yeah, well, she put us in. She
Considering
put
what
us
I
in the
heard.
basement. Well, she put us in the cellar, pretty much, I guess, to keep us here until.
Yeah, but to her, she's keeping you safe.
In her mind, it's probably all a setup.
Well,
Aliens.
Get the corianders out! I want tinfoil!
Okay. Get the tinfoil.
Mm-mm.
Tinfoil hats for
Hats.
everyone.
That's why they can't read their minds.
I'll
Yeah.
leave 10 gold and take 20 of it back. That'll slide
Soul's
a hand.
Soul's head is kind of like pushed and buried into Aliquin's arms and chest.
So are we going now, or are we waiting?
We're waiting. Did you still want me to slide a hand for the 20? Gold?
Yes.
Dirty 20.
I don't have Renan's passive perception up.
1 sec. Da-na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na. My passive perception is 18.
Okay.
Oh.
Close. I want to walk over to the tree. Maybe they said there was something special about this place. An old legend about the tree that is here. Perhaps something about the face
well,
speeder.
I mean, Hibby's technically still over at the bar with everybody else. So the tree is probably about 20, 30 feet away in the middle of the atrium. So it's not like super close by. Unless you're
I'll
calling
stay to her
Hibby
closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just stay closer, but point at the tree. They said there might be a secret garden inside.
No, there's a lot of stories about a lot of things in Silver Moon.
That one.
There's a lot of things that they say about places here in Silver Moon. I don't know about any secret garden inside of a tree. But I do know that there are roots down below. Maybe those lead up to the tree somewhere? Once you're in the underground.
Did I notice any roots when we were in the cellar area?
No.
When we got to the earthy place? No.
Mm.
How could we get down to these roots?
You would have to go down to one of the underground passageways that are not too far from here. They're just a little couple blocks north. You have to dig around in some of the sewage and the water system pipes. I mean, it's big enough for you to travel in. I just don't recommend it because of the snakes.
Yeah.
I just saw it once whenever we in the early days of the invasion when we were trying to get people out.
Well, seeing as how we came into a situation we didn't really foresee, what do you want to do?
Who are you asking?
Oh, Hibby.
I mean, I'm fine here until it's time for everyone to go. Then I don't mind getting out of here. This place gives me the creeps now.
Is there anybody else that is willing to leave with us?
Yeah, I know some people.
Definitely tell them there's room on the airship for them.
Okay.
Maybe not tell them anything yet, in case they get caught or are interrogated, just so that
Don't
we
worry.
know that they...
I got you.
Okay.
Well,
So you're going to go back to those books, huh?
you know me. As I start pulling out my spell book at the time, and while we have downtime, I'm going to cast Kindred's Guard as Ritual, and I'm going to cast... There was another one. Take an hour to Arcane Recovery.
Okay. So you guys take a short rest for the moment if you need to for any of your spells that you may have used. You guys are welcome to. Soul, you revert back to your human form or your furbolg form.
I'm falling visible again.
Are we
What?
still hanging out like there in the middle of that?
Yeah,
in
there's
the cavern, yeah.
there's that front like entrance area, and then that leads into the open like atrium courtyard. On the other side of the tree is where there's like another dining area, and that's where Renan like collapsed into. And then on either side, on the left and right hand sides, are the walls are where the stairwells lead up to the second floor. There's still doors, like some people can stay. There are rooms down below. So there's a couple of rooms that are down there on the main floor, but most of the rooms are up above on the second floor.
Did everyone stay down there, or did y'all go up or into the rooms?
I only went up to change, and that's it.
Everyone's
Stand
down
everyone's
there.
sit down.
Okay.
And I'll eat because I didn't.
So when time comes up, Soul jumps out of Aliquin's arms, reverts back, and then is just kind of like sitting on the ground. He's got tears in his eyes, and he's saying that I was really scared. I did not want to get captured again, and that lady is scary. I do not like her.
I don't think any of us did.
So, what do we do? Does she know that I am here too? And do we just decide to leave, or
I
should
don't
I?
think that she knows that you're here. She didn't mention you. And you slipped away before she was able to see you. I'm not sure if she knew that you were gone, though. She did not
But
speak of
Rufina
you.
saw him, and she's body snatched.
Hmm.
What does that mean?
That means you're probably compromised as well.
Okay, I will trust you guys, and I will do what you think is best. But I do not like to be outside as I am. I would decide to look like something else.
All right. So what are you guys
I'm going
doing?
to go over to the tree
Okay.
and meditate in front of it.
I'm gonna step
Bomb.
outside.
Go for it. So you go step outside, like outside the building.
Yeah, I'm gonna step outside. I'm gonna look around the city. Do I see any of these, like, I guess, pyramid-looking things, like on poles or anything with these eyes?
Make
Or,
a
I was-
make a perception check for me.
well,
And I'll be joining you outside because I haven't seen anything of this world yet.
Outside
Well.
of the building and the and its cellar.
Well,
The entire world is just this inn.
One in.
I'm gonna go sit near the tree with Sonder and also
I'm going-
meditate.
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna summon Valak in front of me, invisible, and then fly up. Well,
Okay, so Renan, as you leave the building, you see Silver Moon for the first time. In the sense that you saw it kind of in flashes briefly as you were falling from the sky, but now you can see it from the ground without falling. Looking around, it's kind of quiet. It looks like the streets have kind of emptied because it has the feeling of about to rain. It's just the clouds are thick and heavy above you, but it's not raining. And the cold wind is still blowing through the between the buildings and stuff, and it's not like super blustery, but it's fairly windy. Go ahead.
Would anything having to do with the weather, or at least storm-wise, would that be a nature check for me or a religion check? Just curious.
For you particularly, I guess you could do either one.
Religion it is.
Okay.
So I want to know if it does actually feel like it's going to rain, and I want to do a religion check to check it.
Sure.
And I rolled a 19 for Valak.
For Valak. Okay, so we'll get to that in a second. So Renan, as he's like walking outside, and you're like looking at these clouds that are above you. It's not going to rain, but it feels the air is thick with air, with like moisture, but it doesn't feel like it's going to rain, and this doesn't feel like it's related at all to anything that you've done. This seems like a strange spring storm that is bringing possibly even snow.
I hate snow.
But it just feels like a thunderstorm
Unnatural.
that's not yeah, it's very unnatural. And as you're doing this, you look down and Aliquin, yes, you summon him invisibly,
Well,
but you turn him invisible after you summon him.
yeah. He kind of like
So
plops into
little-
existence
yeah.
and then shimmers into.
for a
Yep,
brief
nothing,
moment,
I
you
guess.
see a small little imp that is summoned by Alagwin that just kind of appears before him before it becomes invisible. For a second, you just as it appears, like, hello, master, and then it just like it like dissipates into smoke, but you get the sense that it's still there.
Black. Fly up.
Fascinating magic.
I snicker. Black. Fly up. There are items in the city, I'm assuming close or maybe far, that sees us and sees the city. Could you find them?
I will try, master. I will do what I can to find this thing that is not seen but seen. It's confusing.
And you hear that.
I hold my hands up like a triangle as he flies.
You just hear
His
it.
little pyramids thing.
And from where you have seen, you can like the buildings look normal. You see no posts with odd triangles. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. Go ahead and make a perception check for Valak. Meanwhile, I'm going to look this up real quick. Anything else you guys wanted to do in the meantime before you head to the boat?
Let's go.
And
And we'll head back up to my room.
Okay.
So-
I figure, what the fuck? We might as well take a bunch of this shit as we can. A blanket.
Dang! You guys are those people that stuff your bags filled with complimentary
some
soap.
soaps. Here's some lotion.
Towel.
Got 3 bottles.
Okay.
Give us up.
Jesus.
I'm kind of really offended that
Bathrobes.
She turned me in, so I'm gonna get my money's worth.
The petty.
The
I'm
level
petty.
of petty.
That's
Um,
right.
Okay. So,
If I sense Iskra, I'll go ahead and reach out a hand to hold. And I'll also put a hand on the tree.
I'll grab it.
Just like have the tree in hand.
okay.
I'll go over and
Continue praying to Bahamut.
You've
Alright.
just been converted, Iskra.
I'm trying to focus on the elements here.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
I would like to meditate and knowing that he may very well not respond, ask Kirsonos what this strange weather is about.
Okay. As you meditate and reach out to your connection to your deity, you feel the bond there. And the connection. And you feel the tempest that swirls for him. The
Tempest.
Oh yeah. Well, we used to have a character named Tempest. That's right. Sorry, I forgot about that. Oops. Choice of phrasing. But the storm that is your deity, and you know the reason that you have been brought here. Be faithful, my child.
Holy shit.
that scared me. God.
Dad?
No, I am not your father. Be faithful, my child. One of those beasts approach. You know what to do. And
Remember
the connection.
who you are,
like,
Simba.
If
The
only
connection
you knew
fades.
the power of the dark side.
So after doing my ritual and watching those three over there at the tree, I'm just gonna sit there and, hey Hibby, wanna see something funny?
Are you gonna be rude again?
No,
Okay,
it's
go.
for fun. Okay, watch this.
I'm deep in thought about the growth and how that affects the like the understanding the upwell and the hold fast, the principles of the civic and
Yeah.
how they apply to this world and this tree.
Perfect. Sitting back, because I'm kind of buzzed. I'm gonna
I forgot.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna cast Gust and do like really specific swirls on the leaves to make it look like it's obvious that it's not a natural gust.
Okay.
And it's gonna like swirl and come down to like a central focus. And when it hits the ground, I'm gonna cast Mold Earth to make it rise just a little bit and take the shape of just it's gonna say Tiamat.
Wait, what? It's gonna what?
It's just gonna like the ground's just kind of rise up a little bit and just kind of spell out like engraved. It's just gonna say Tiamat.
My eyes are closed while I'm doing this, but
Okay.
Oh crap.
So, Sonder, are your eyes open or closed for this? You're also muted.
My eyes are closed, but I can hear.
Yeah, you
What's going on
you
and
hear
feel-
you can feel the
Aaron,
air.
check Discord real
Yeah, like,
quick.
The gust is like obvious that it's not natural, so hoping it would get y'all's attention.
Well, it got Soul's attention. I'm just trying to decide if he's gonna be like legitimately scared.
Hmm.
Make a nature check.
Okay. Surprisingly, I'm not that high in nature.
So,
Sonder, what did you? So you hear and feel the earth move kind of below you. So what did
I would be talking. I would be trying to pray to Bahamut about why the seer said, "I may not be following the right god, or the right person."
Oh, snap! This is timing and a half. Kindred for doing this. Soul, go ahead. What did you roll for this?
A 7.
7. Okay.
on multiple accounts, the timing for this, damn.
I know. Okay, so in doing that, you know enough that this is not a natural occurrence and that this is definitely magicked. Sonder, you feel the earth kind of below your feet kind of shift and move a little bit, and you look at the ground. You see that the words in common Tiamat has like raised itself from the ground.
And I'm coming through the door, leaving the door swinging open wide enough that Alakun outside can still hear. And I go, so this will be great. Dragons. And I just kind of run back to the door and look back outside toward the sky.
See, it doesn't take much.
Since it's in common, can I kind of deduce that it's not a real thing, and it should be in Draconic, if anything?
Make an intelligence check.
Okay.
And
Meanwhile,
Disadvantage because you're buzzed,
so
yeah,
Oh,
I
Soul
was
stood
outside.
up.
I
That
didn't
two
see the
shots.
ground.
and it's
Let's see.
strong.
Soul stood up fast and kind of like got in a defensive mindset and was like looking around like, where's this coming from?
I got an 18 plus 1.
19. Yeah,
That's
this is not the this is somebody, and you have a pretty good idea who.
Yeah, because the only person who really molts earth around here. I'm going to perform and look around to see who's in the vicinity.
Yeah, which is just basically you guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm there too. My eyes are open at this point. I'm looking
Yeah.
at you.
Iskra, it is a sign from Bahamut.
Really?
It seems so. I'm gonna touch the tree.
Am I
knew-
hearing Saunders
I
say
knew-
this
Yeah,
too?
yeah,
I knew
you're
that we
standing
would
right
be-
there next to him.
I knew we would be guided. And the seer, she wants me to turn to Tiamat. If Bahamut has brought me this sign, perhaps it is time that I change sides.
Oh god.
Join
Okay.
Tiamat.
Wow.
Soul's gonna like grab
gonna
Sonder,
I'm gonna release
And-
her hand
pull him like close
And
into his
start-
chest.
and start walking out
No.
the door.
No, Soul's stopping you. He's going to grab you, pull you in close and like in a big hug, and be like, "No, no, 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 no! That is bad. Do not do this."
So it is a sign from Bahamut himself.
As Kindred breaks the party.
Yeah.
I know. Oh no, no! This is magic. Someone has done magic.
It was Bahamut.
Does your Bahamut make words with leaves?
No, but he does things in mysterious ways. In fact, I have a feeling that he was influenced. He gives me another sign. I feel it inside of me. Then I'll walk over to Kindred. Kindred,
Just watching all this
You
happen.
you see Hibby's just eyes going as he gets closer.
Kindred, I had the vision.
To the
Bahamut,
party.
right. It is about you.
Welcome to the party.
No. I
Go ahead.
had the vision that there would be a great amount of pain to come shortly.
Kindred, make a wisdom saving throw.
I poke my head inside.
Can I do performance check?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I'm still staring out the door towards the sky,
Yeah.
just ignoring all of this tomfoolery.
14 plus 7, 21.
21.
21.
I rolled a performance of 19.
No, well, his wisdom.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is something else.
okay.
I mean, Kindred, you can choose. Well, I mean, you're pretty smart in how he acts. But you feel magic taking you, Kindred, and you feel your form start to change as your body kind of like does this like weird like shrinking down, forming back up, shrinking down, then forming back up, and then you hear behind you, "Damn it! I thought that would work." And Aelin's just sitting back in his chair looking at you, shaking his head.
Good try, though, without even looking back.
You see Aelin stand up, shrugs over at Sonder like, eh. He's like, so are we going anywhere, or are we just gonna stand around being fools? I have to get going. I suggest you do the same.
Well, now that we've lightened the mood,
He
I
goes.
say yes, let's head out.
Aelin goes over to Iskra and like gives you a hug, and
Hug him back.
grabs you by the shoulders and is like, "Be safe."
You too. It's good to see you coming out of your shell a bit. Make sure we see more of it in one piece.
Right. You too. One piece. All of you. I expect all of you to be in one piece the next time I see you. I guess even you, Pinky. looking at Kindred, and then he walks out, heading out the door.
So stops him and gives him a hug. Be safe, please.
Pats your shoulder, like as your arms are wrapped around him, he just like pats your shoulder and nods and heads out the door.
As he's getting ready to head out the door, Renan looks at him and says, "All I ask, keep an eye on the sky."
I will. You too, I think.
Certainly hope so.
Keeps going.
Aelin, wait. Be careful, for the night is young and full of terrors.
Oh my god.
God damn it! Just keeps going. Everyone has their own little little goodbye.
Hang on a second. No, I have nothing extra.
Oh come on! I was sure. I was so sure. Okay.
Oh, we ready?
All right. So you guys gather your belongings. Say farewell to Rafina for the moment. Hibby gives Kindred a big hug before she lets you part ways, and you guys head over to the
Can I
docks.
do like patty cake for a little bit? Like
I go back into Kitty Soul.
Oh, did Valax see anything? He rolled
Oh.
a 18.
No.
No?
He saw nothing.
Hmm.
I forgot about that. Sorry, but yeah, no, he didn't see anything. I forgot you had done that. I was like, yeah, too many other things.
And despite the fact that nobody actually paid attention to what Renan said, no matter where we're going right now, he's not really paying attention to where he's walking because he's too busy doing this the whole time.
Oh, did you yell out dragons earlier?
Yes, I
God's sake,
did.
it was me, guys. It was me. Okay, I did it.
Right, yeah. And then I'm
I'm
gonna try to
certain-
slap you.
Block.
I'm certain that a god
Try.
doesn't care much for your tricks, Kindred.
Before I change back into cat form, I'll ask them, do I stay with you guys or do I stay back?
That's your decision,
I think we need the man on the outside.
Aelin.
Yeah, but if he
Just,
gets
like-
captured, we won't know.
Just him, like,
Soulless.
claws embedded in the side of the ship the whole ride.
Spy cat.
Stoll is capable. I think that if any of us are going to be outside without the seer knowing, it should be Soul.
Just know that I can only stay in form for 3 hours, and I can do this 2 times.
We'll keep our spice murmurs open.
So then just come with us for now and save it for when we need it.
I think
I'd
you
rather
already
you
turned.
be able to turn into a bird and fly while we all take off together than you be stuck without shifting.
Mhm.
I cannot fly. That is something I cannot do.
Well, then turn into a squirrel and grab onto my and jump in my hands while we take off.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do the cat form, and I'll trail behind for a bit,
Okay.
and once we start getting closer, then I'll go catch up with them.
All right. So, once you guys get to the ship, you make your way through the town, and you get to a more lively section, but you get to the main docks, and there's a pretty heavily guarded section. In fact, it's almost more so than the gate guards that you guys found coming into the city. But here, there doesn't seem to be any. There's not like there's anybody in line to go in, but you do see that in front, leading to the gates, or leading into the docks yards themselves, there are four guards. There are 2 hobgoblins and 2 humans that are standing there in rather large, like plate armor, but are watching those coming in. And as you guys approach, you see one of the humans kind of steps in the way to kind of block you guys before the other one pats him on the shoulder and like whispers something to them. In which case, they spread enough to allow you to pass. Okay. God damn it.
Is that all it took?
He's still drunk.
Yes, every time, still drunk.
Wow.
When Kindred's drunk, he hears a DM in the back of his mind, narrating everything that happens.
Yes.
Laughing at the nuances.
Got some
I
fourth
do
wall
have two
breaking stuff
souls.
going on.
Yeah.
For real. Okay. Let's see here. Where are we going?
Now you have 3 souls.
I know.
Just one is a cat this time.
But,
Well done. You get to the docks, and you see there is one large barge that is sitting there. Looks like it has some things loaded on. I'm just gonna keep going. That has some things that are being loaded onto the ship, and you see a smaller, almost like paddle boat, but it has enough space for all of you. It's almost like a long paddle boat. This one is heavily decorated and with a lot of Thayan influences, as it were. You see along the edges, there's like this gold leaf scroll work, and the edge, each side of the ship kind of curls up over into itself, and almost like is it a gondola? I think,
Yeah.
but wider and enough space for everybody to sit across. And you see at the far end, you see this one tiefling woman, her head completely shaved. She stands there with the like the paddle in the oar, the pusher offer thingy-mabobber in technical terms. And she gestures broadly out to the seating there.
I suppose you are the ones that I was sent here to wait for.
I suppose so.
All right, take a seat, and I will be taking you across.
I climb in.
I climb in and take a seat.
I follow.
All right, as everybody gets in the boat, just pushes off.
Finn's on my lap.
Finn's on your lap. What a good little doggy, or whatever.
My service dog.
Yes, your service dog with you wherever you go.
A lot of feathers.
Yeah.
Rude.
He just squawks at Aloquin.
All right. So
Soul is with Kindred right now.
okay. So you guys start crossing the river, and you see on the opposite side the spires of some of the buildings that are awaiting you. This side of the south bank is a lot more heavily wooded and decorative than the northern bank that has more of the obvious city. This one looks like you're entering into, you can see some buildings that look like temples or large elegant structures that you assume to be probably the library and some of the mage colleges that are here on the other side. And as you get across, on this, waiting for you at the opposite bank, is a man dressed in the red wizard robes. His hands like inside of the folds of his sleeve as he waits for you to arrive. And the boat pulls up to the dock. It's like,
You are the guests of Lady Amaranth, correct?
Yes.
Which among you is the two-souled one?
I just kind of step forward.
All of you follow me. I will lead you to your chambers. I hope you are ready for supper.
And he's like starts walking down the dock.
I look to the boatswoman and say, "Thank you, Karan."
She bows low. And you guys continue to head into the South Bank area. Each of you, as you guys are walking, where is the man introduces himself?
It's like, I am Thraskir Brosgin. You may call me Thraskir Zeldahar. I operate as the aide for Lady Amaranth. I am also the judge here within the city. It appears we are to be having guests this evening, aside from you as well. So we are preparing a feast for dinner. I hope you all are hungry.
Oh God, more food.
At this point, I feel like all of you need it.
That's true.
You guys need to eat and probably a little bit of water. All right. So as you are,
That porterhouse.
yeah, So you guys are being, you are led to the Mages College. The what's it called? Where is it? You are led to the Vault of Sages, where it was that acted as the main place for the all the mages to learn there, and is where you will be guesting. I was gonna say put up as guests, rooming was where you will be rooming. And each of you is given a room, and they're all like right next to each other, but they are comfortable rooms, really well furnished compared to like the rooms that you saw in the inn. Which the inn was nice, but this you can definitely tell is much more cushy and cozy.
Is there a room that has a balcony?
Looking in the room that you are like shown, yes, each one has like window and balcony set up for it.
So are we on like a second floor type of situation, or?
This is actually would be on the 4th floor. You're set up pretty high up.
What
So
do we have
s-
to walk through to get to the rooms?
There's just when you enter into the main section of the college, it's just like one of those big entry hallways, and you have the stairwell that's directly in front, and it just kind of you follow the stairs all the way up to the 4th floor. So you didn't really get a look at what all is in the whole building, but you make a perception check for me.
317?
17. For the most part, the halls and passageways are pretty empty. You do see the occasional scribe or wizard walking about, like whispering to each other. All of them in Thayan attire. A couple of servants that you do see also like carrying scrolls and books, like steady aid kind of people.
Can I overhear anything that they're saying along the way? Or try to listen in?
Make a perception check for me. But yeah, that's you're not really shown any other one way or the other.
12.
Okay.
12. Nothing from the distance that they are at whenever you guys are passing them. No one. They kind of stop speaking if you get too close, but you can hear them kind of whisper further.
Question.
Yes.
Did they have a room for soul
I
or
was about
not?
to ask that.
No.
Okay.
I would have been like, if you allowed me carrying you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So me and Soul are in a room together.
Okay.
Yep.
So you are actually the last one to be given a room. So
That's for last?
everyone is given a room, and they're all basically in one wing in this one hallway. And the man just had his name right in front of me.
That scares
Good, you
Aldebaran.
can
Yes,
remind me
right.
what mine what the name
Brosgin.
was.
Brosgin. Brosginn. Brosgrin. Brosgin. He tells everyone as they're getting a room that you have about an hour before dinner will be served. Those of you
I
who go ahead.
ask if I would be permitted to go for a flight before supper.
Brosgin looks at you kind of quizzically and just like, I wouldn't suggest it.
Very well.
And he kind of is like not used to having that to like answer that kind of a request, and I'm just like, no, probably not. But does keep on going and takes Kindred to his room. As you enter the room, those of you who, by the way, who go up to the window, it overlooks the inner courtyard of this large building. And above one section of the opposite side of this building, you see another airship. A large one.
I'd take a good look at it.
This one doesn't look like any of the ones that you guys had seen in the city prior. And this one actually carries with it some blast marks on the side. Looks like fire of damage of some sort. But it is currently hanging on the opposite side of the building. So any feelings of who the other guests might be probably is coming from that.
Do I recognize it?
Make a perception check.
If we get to steal that ship, I'm naming it Zuko.
That's just a 13.
13? Haven't seen this ship before.
Does this at all resemble the super big ship that I saw when we were leaving from Everesca?
Similar in style. Not as beat up, obviously, but definitely similar in shape and style. Kindred, once you're in the room with your kitty, the door closes and you are left in the room for the moment.
I just walk over and set Soul on the bed, like, all right, you stay quiet while Mommy does her work really quick, and I'll immediately cast Detect Magic.
Okay. As you cast Detect Magic, you look around and you see nothing.
Except for the glowing cat.
No, the cat looks normal.
So since it's up for 10 minutes, I'm gonna just thoroughly check every nook and cranny, all
You
the
do?
walls, the locks.
You look at
Like-
everything. You look at, and your eye catches yourself in the mirror, and you look normal.
Like, what do you mean normal? Like my elven self?
No, you look like there is no aura of magic to you at all. And you take out your
knew
amulet,
it.
your beads, yeah, and little rock.
Oh.
Nothing?
Nope. Nope.
Shit.
Nothing appears magical.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
No, sir, I don't like it.
So nothing as in the spell didn't work, or
It would seem, even though you cast the spell, nothing seemed to have changed.
is there like a nightstand or like
Yeah.
what's on it? Like
It's it's almost like a lady's nightstand where it has like the seat that you can push up into like the little desk area that has like you could do your makeup there kind of thing.
Yes, it's a vanity.
A vanity. That was the word I could not think of. Thank you.
I cast Gust to see if I can blow the shit off.
The wind blows.
What?
Did you see that, kitty?
Wow.
Strange magics at work.
You hear the
You kind of like plop down on the bed. Like,
you
don't
hear
like this.
you hear the door.
Mage hand?
Made the
I'll
door.
go under the bed real quick.
The door opens.
Like my mage hand did open it?
Yeah, the mage hand opens.
Okay.
It.
Do you mind
Yes.
if I do a stealth check?
Sure.
Okay. I want to go hide under the bed.
I love how well Soul can play a cat.
He is proficient
That's what
in
a cat would
in
do.
cattery.
Yeah, that was probably like my past life, honestly.
Dance, 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 and I dance,
28
dance, dance.
in stealth.
28.
Yeah.
You very slinkily manage to hide yourself under the bed. The door opens, and on the inside you see, or standing there in the hallway, you see Amaranth. And she comes in with her, starts walking in with her little bone staff.
You've made the good choice, Kindred.
I'm going to try to activate Kitty Spice Murmur to see if does that work? Like, are they able to hear this conversation through my ears if I
If-
keep it active?
If you had been able to activate it before you had turned into a cat, then I would probably have said yes. But at the moment, probably not.
Okay,
Because you can receive messages right at the moment, but you can't send them off,
gotcha.
as you don't have your regular form.
Seeing her approach me, I'm just gonna like really quick. Soul, if she attacks, come with me and we're vamping out of here ASAP. And then I'll turn it on for the others.
I can't respond if someone talks to me in
No,
Spice
but
Murmur.
you
right?
could hear it.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
but you understand.
gotcha.
So as she comes in and she looks about your room.
Yes, I was hoping that this would be the path that I saw you were going to take.
She continues to walk over to the window and looks out.
Is this within my 10 minutes of detect magic?
Yeah.
Is anything on her? Okay.
She looks out the window.
As you see, there are some things that I could not foresee.
And she points over at them.
Unexpected guests. Sometimes when you are too focused on a target, the rest slips by. But it's no matter. The more the merrier.
She turns to you again. Looks over at one of the chairs that's close by and extends a clawed hand, and the chair moves towards her. She goes and sits down, carefully sitting into the chair.
Curse these old bones. Long dead have they been. So, before we go to supper, I would like to know if you would allow me the pleasure of removing your second soul.
What?
You, the part of you that I find familiar, your father's soul that is implanted inside of you.
Why would you do this?
Suffice it to say, it is of personal interest to me and my master. For safekeeping, of course.
What's her name? I just said it earlier.
Dunthroth.
Amaranth.
Amaranth is her. but Dunthrotha is her master.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I just
we're
can't
all
remember-
hearing this right now.
Yeah.
technically, yeah.
Yeah, we're all hearing this right now.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Dunthrotha, right? Is your master.
Yes. That is my price for your freedom.
And if I do this, you'll let us go?
Yes. You do not have to answer now. Allow us to eat supper together. Then we may discuss these terms once we have made our pleasantries with our other guests. As I said, this is a matter between you and I.
Insight check.
Sure.
Fuck yes. Dirty 20.
30-20. She seems hungry.
I pull out some rations. No.
God
Bread?
damn it.
Bread?
Bread?
Wafer?
Give us some
Turn into
gumbo.
an evil sphere when you are hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Snickers?
Gumbo and greens.
All right.
Give her her
I'm
So
just
so
kind
she-
of like, almost like she can see into my soul. I just kind of like,
Clutch at your chest.
yeah, feel like vulnerable.
Your pearls.
I will enhance this offer for you. I know the location of your lost brother.
And with that, we will end for tonight.
God damn!
No.
Oh,
Yes. Good job,
this is
guys.
wild.
You survived
This was-
another night.
This
Damn it.
was an emotional roller coaster day.
That
We're
doesn't
not-
even begin to scratch the surface.
Thank you, everyone who stuck with us for the entirety of our drama reveal. Renan, I look forward to seeing what fun we're going to have in the next couple episodes, and where this exciting little twisty turny adventure within the Thayan power struggles will bring us. So with that, we will see you next Tuesday. Good night.
Hi, y'all.